Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Um, yeah, Dr. Ray here. I haven't been live in about 6 weeks. I've been up to a bunch of stuff. Hold on, I'm just going to test my sound here real quick. Yeah, sound's working. Yeah, I haven't been live in about 6 weeks. I had a lot of stuff going on. Also took a break, a much needed mental break. Um, with the holidays and everything. So let's kind of talk about where I've been, what I've been up to, and just going to give you some life updates. Talk about things that I've been doing and things that I've been thinking about over the last 6 weeks. So let's see, I did my last video November 18th, so right around like the week of or week before Thanksgiving, which is like holiday time. So first of all, that's about when I wrapped up my semester. So it's kind of like wrapping up work. I got caught up in a big proposal. I'm writing a proposal for basically for some esports funding for my university. And so that kind of took up that like end of November, early December time, plus with grading and everything. So I just totally haven't been creating any videos or anything. And someone just said Happy New Year, New Year to you as well. Um, so I wrapped up my semester like late November, early December. I was writing this big proposal, which I'm actually going to start working on again next week to finish up. So that's kind of what I did like work wise. End of November, we stayed home for Thanksgiving. We did not travel, mostly because it's too much to travel for us to go to both my parents and my wife's parents are from the Northeast, and I live in North Carolina. So it's like a 10-hour trip with three children to go visit them. So we try to pick like Thanksgiving or Christmas. This year we picked Christmas, so this year we stayed home for Thanksgiving. It was nice. We stayed home. I got to surf a bunch and stuff like that. It was nice out, all good stuff. Um, After Christmas, I got my booster shot, which was not fun. Basically mimicked my shot two for COVID. I got Moderna shot again. And I was sick for like, 2 or 3 days or something like that. Just not fun, like feverish and not sick. Not fun, but I did get it because we were, traveling for Christmas. So I wanted to make sure I had that to protect my parents. So I did get that. That was not fun. Let's see. So I got a bunch of stuff to kind of go through about all the stuff that I've done from that time, from about like after that Thanksgiving, all the stuff we did. So let's start out with, I guess let's go to my Christmas travel because nothing really happened in December. That first 2 weeks in December, that's when I got my booster shot. I was sick for a couple days and basically finished up grading and everything so that I could travel, right? One of the things we did do differently this year is that, so last year, what we didn't do is when we did Christmas, like none of my family shipped presents to each other, and then COVID like made it so we couldn't travel, so none of us got our presents. So this year, what we did is we shipped all of our gifts to everyone when we ordered them. We usually order all of our gifts Black Friday just to find like, we usually make a list like September, October, order everything Black Friday, and then you know so what we did this year when we ordered it Black Friday is that we actually shipped it, had it shipped to everyone, and then we were going to wrap it once we got to their house and stuff like that. Which saved us space in the car, so we didn't have to bring all these gifts, which is always a huge pain. Takes up so much space in the car. And B, if we couldn't travel because of COVID, they would all get their gifts actually. So we did that, and I'm a big Black Friday shopper when I'm buying Christmas gifts because usually there's always, you have to look, but there's lots of deals that day specifically. For example, that day I was looking for a treadmill. I got a treadmill for 43% off of the treadmill I was going to buy. So you can find good deals if you're looking for them. If like if I had a list of things, like look on Black Friday at all of these items. So anyway, so we had all our gifts shipped. We did Christmas, so that's another thing. Like around my kids were done around like the 11th of December. That weekend we did Christmas at my house with my kids because we do Christmas before we go, so that we don't have to bring all their gifts to wherever we go. So we did Christmas with my kids. They got their stuff. Their big gift this year was a basketball hoop. We don't get them like tons. We're not like big like buy the kids all kinds of stuff at Christmas time. I mean, we get them like some things they need for school, like new shoes or something. And we try to get them a couple fun things, but we don't like, they're not like overly spoiled at Christmas. And we have to shop for three kids, so it gets pricey quick when you're doing three kids. So like we don't go overboard. But then again, like throughout the year, like when my kid needs a bike, we get them a bike. So, it's kind of like that kind of thing. But they love Christmas and love getting gifts. So okay, so we did Christmas here, then we travel. We actually weren't sure we were going to travel, so it was so like crazy this year, because of COVID with the whole Omicron variant going around. My family is very much like, they kind of act like COVID doesn't exist. They just don't mind like going to restaurants and all those, like basically they're done. Now I will say they're all vaccinated and boosted, so they're not like the people who just are ignoring COVID like it doesn't exist and not getting vaccinated. Like they are taking it seriously, and that they keep up to date with like the medical stuff and things like that. And they've all had COVID, so they don't want it again or anything like that. But they were all like, they were talking about going to church Christmas Eve and like going to the bars and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I don't think we're going to come. It's not that I'm like against them doing that stuff. That's fine. It's just like really high risk stuff. It's like if you were going to pick the worst stuff to do to get COVID, they were doing it. And I just didn't want to like be at my parents and be sick and like have my kids sick and all of us getting sick, because they all spread COVID to each other last Thanksgiving. So we almost weren't going to go, and then they all said, hey, none of us will do anything. We'll kind of quarantine. We'll like, once we get there, we'll all just kind of be there, and that's it. So we did that, and we did go. My brother went, his wife, his kid, my sister, her boyfriend went, and it was good. We all actually had a pretty good vacation. I think I annoy my family. I'm one of those people that just like says what's on their mind, not like rudely. I'm just like, my way to talk to people is to make fun of them, but like in a good way. And I don't think people like it. So I try not to do it, but I really do it with my family for some reason. Like I just joke a lot, and they don't like that. And it's about like the goofiest stuff. Like they laugh 50% of the time, but you just don't know what you say if you're going to get a laugh or like a mad. So yeah, so there's that. But I do think I annoy them quite a bit. They also think I'm nuts about like the COVID thing, that I don't want to be exposed to it. They think like I'm pretty crazy about it. My dad just totally doesn't get it. I was like, people can have breakthrough cases. He's like, what's a breakthrough case? I was like, how? This is a guy. So my dad, he watches the news, CNN, like the news channel. Now, he won't check it on the internet. He watches it all day long. How is it possible that he could watch CNN all day long and not heard the word breakthrough case for the last 6 months? I honestly, like, it's actually unbelievable. I'm like impressed that that's possible. But so yeah, somehow he did. So we're at my parents' house. It snowed there, so that's like huge for my kids, because where we live, it's literally been 70 some degrees all week. So like, it will go down to like it'll go down to the 30s overnight a few times. Like it's going to be cold next week, like for a couple days, like 50s. So we don't get snow really. We've had snow in North Carolina where I live. I've been here. This is year 12. I think we've had snow, maybe 2 flurries, and like one time we had like 2 inches or something like that. So we don't really get snow. So my kids were super psyched. It snowed like 2 days we were there. Only like 2 inches, but enough for them to make snowballs, enough for them to run around in it, and enough for them to do some little sled riding. We couldn't take them. Like, there's this big hill by my parents' house that I grew up on. It's called Dead Man's Hill. I really think every town has their own version of what Dead Man's Hill is. But this is a big hill on a golf course. It's actually really steep. We used to actually ski and snowboard down it and build like these big jumps when we were kids. But anyway, it's called Dead Man's Hill, and it didn't snow enough for them to go down it. But They did go down like the little hill on my parents' lawn and had a lot of fun actually. Even like my 11-year-old had a bunch of fun. So yeah, so they did all that. One cool thing is that I met up. So a couple of my friends from high school wanted to meet up, guys that I'm really close to, and I kind of threw it out there that hey, we should be meeting up outside, just because like we don't know who each other have been exposed to. We should all meet up outside. So I was like, let's meet at the playground where, because we all have like little kids. I was like, our kids can play at the playground. I had been taking my kids to this playground every day that we're there for something to do. The kids can all play at the playground and run around and play tag and play on the monkey bars and swing and do all the fun kid stuff. And we can kind of like hang out outside, avoid like being exposed to each other, and good social distancing, and we can all see each other and hang out for like 2 hours or something. I mean, that's what we've come from being at the bar 20 years ago to going to a playground and meeting up. Like that's my life now. But no, it was really cool. I got to see two of my good buddies from high school. I mean, just guys I knew that I had been good friends with since I was like 5 years old. And I'm still friends with. Like we still keep in touch and stuff like that. So that was awesome. I got to see them. So literally 2 days after I see my friends, I get a phone call from one of my friends. I was actually on my way home from Pennsylvania. I get this phone call in the car, and I was like, that's weird that my buddy's calling me. I was like, he probably maybe just accidentally dialed my number from his pocket, because we had been texting and stuff like that. Nope, he wanted to talk because he has Omicron, which kind of stinks. But he's completely fine, so it's like he's fine. Just having like bad cold symptoms. So he had to tell me that we were exposed when we talked to him, and I should probably like be paying attention to see if I get any symptoms. And obviously, if I did, then I would have to tell my parents and my brother and sister and all that stuff that they might be exposed. Fortunately, though, I didn't get it from him. We were outside, so when I met with my friends, the whole point was to meet outside. So we met outside, and we talked. We were probably a good 4 feet away from each other, but outside. None of us were like coughing on each other or anything like that. No, we didn't wear masks, and we were outside. And risk of exposure to COVID is very low outside. And yeah, even with Omicron, like I was able to meet with my friends. We talked, and even though I was he had it, me and my wife totally didn't get it from him. So that was good. Now him and his family all got it. They're all completely fine. I talked to him yesterday on text. We talked for a little bit, completely fine. But yeah, we were exposed to it. So that kind of did stink. Just stinks that he got it and we were exposed and had to worry about it and think about it. And I really think we're all getting it with this new variant anyway. But yeah, so there's that. So yeah, we were exposed over Christmas. I did watch so when I was at my parents' house the last day, so I got to watch the new Matrix movie. Have any of you guys seen the new Matrix movie? So you can see it on HBO Max if you're like I paid like the extra $5 to be able to get it because I thought it'd be cool because my kids are kind of into the old ones, so I thought it'd be fun to watch it together. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. It's interesting. Definitely they can't make another one, and I feel like this was kind of a big stretch. It was good that they ended the story, which I thought was nice. I think it was good closure to the story of the Matrix. I think it could have been better. It was cool. I was glad they ended the story. I do think they could have done some things a little differently, but it was good enough, and it's totally worth watching. And yeah, it's good. It's worth watching. I would refresh at the very least. We just watched all the 3 movies to refresh our minds about when my kids hadn't seen them yet. But if you're gonna watch the new Matrix movie, I would totally make sure you just watch the end, like the last 20 minutes of the 3rd movie, just so that's fresh in your mind, like what happened. Because there's a lot that is based off of a lot of what happens in the new movie is you needed to remember what happened in the 3rd. So that would be my advice for it. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was the Matrix. I believe they used like Unreal Engine a lot for it, so cool like game engine. So it was cool to see like the effects and see the story get closed and stuff like that. It was fun. And Doogie Howser was in it. I don't know his name. Patrick Neil Harris. I call him Doogie Howser. But yeah, he was in it, so that was kind of funny. Oh, and reminding me of him, I saw 8-Bit. So did y'all see 8-Bit Christmas? If you haven't seen 8-Bit Christmas, that's a must watch. Brilliant movie. I honestly I thought it was like a cartoon for my kids, and I put it on, and I was like, this isn't a cartoon. And then I saw what the story was, and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. It's about this guy who tells his kid about like him getting a Nintendo when he was like 7 years old or whatever like that. And a lot of it was really like what happened when I was a kid. Like it was hilarious. So like I have a cut on my arm. Yeah, like I have like a little cut on my arm. Weird. Anyway, but basically so let me tell you about like some of the truth things that happened in it that I thought were kind of funny. So the one kid, the rich kid of the town, the kid whose parents just like spoil him or whatever, bought him a Nintendo, and none of the other kids have it. So like all the kids want to come and play at his house every day. That's totally what really did happen. And it wasn't so much that there was like the one kid that had a Nintendo. There was like the one kid that had all the games. This was before you could rent games, but like a kid would have like the new Super Mario Brothers 2 game. Every kid would want to go to their house to play that game, because like no other parents would buy it for them. And that's totally. And then I had a few friends like their parents wouldn't get them Nintendo, and they would come to my house just to play it like all the time. The one thing they messed up, they didn't mess it up. I'm just super picky and a big nerd. So the whole Power Glove thing, which I have my Power Glove right over here, they messed up the year of the Power Glove because the movie was based in 88 and they showed the Power Glove, but the Power Glove didn't come out till 89. Yeah, 8-Bit, I caught that. I am watching. I got your dates wrong. Super nerd here, picking up on that. So that was kind of funny. But yes, very good movie. Totally recommend you watch it. It brought back a lot of memories and so much truth to it. Truth that was exaggerated, but exaggerated to be funny in the movie, and I really liked that. So I thought that was good. Okay, so let's see. What other stuff was going on? I've been playing tons and tons of the new Halo. So if you've not downloaded the new Halo game, download it because it's free to play. The multiplayer. You can download on PC, Xbox, and that's it. PC or Xbox. But I've been playing it on the PC. I was really good. So this game. So listen to what happened to me. So for like the first 3 weeks I'm playing this game, I'm really bad at it. And I'm like, what's going on? All my students are like destroyed. They're like a whole like. So I was ranked like in the gold category. All my students were platinum and diamond. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Lo and behold, what happened was there's something called aim assist. So when you're on a controller, when you're aiming at someone, the little reticule like moves towards them a little bit to give you some aim assist. And this is a big deal because you can't really play on a controller without it. It's very difficult. Apparently for the first 3 weeks of the game, even though I'm playing on a controller, I was playing without aim assist. Why? There's a glitch in the game that when you start the game, if you press enter on your keyboard to start the game, it automatically takes aim assist off. So I was playing the first 3 weeks without aim assist. As soon as I found out the glitch, I saw one of my students post about it, and then I confirmed it on via Google. I went from gold to high platinum. Got there. That was before the break. And then I came back earlier this week, and I'm really bad again. I just can't play the game. I'm like losing rank. I'm terrible. But fun game. We have a team, and so far we built a team at UNCW for Halo. They've been practicing, so I think there's like in the esports world like a lot of potential for Halo and collegiate esports this semester. So I'm really excited about that, Microsoft. So keep it up. Like put on some good collegiate tournaments because we're excited to see it happen. Like we've got a team already, and I know other schools did too. So yeah, definitely download and play the new Halo game. Um, yeah, so New Year's was yesterday. It's like 2022 right now. Kind of crazy, right? 2022. So I'm starting off the new year. Wow. So my first video of the year is the first day of the year. Basically, this morning I woke up. I took my son kayaking. We went on the intercoastal. I took him out. We kayaked for about 40 minutes, I want to say roughly, but that's his longest time out there. And he had a lot of fun. He liked it. It was super warm. It was a perfect day for it. A little windy, maybe, but good day. We like one of my favorite things to do on the kayak is just to stop. And I tell my son, I say, stop. I say, just listen, tell me what you hear. And you stop, and all of a sudden, like, it's the most silent in the world. Like, it's the most silent thing ever. Like, you can't hear anything, but, like, then all of a sudden you hear, like, a few birds and animals, and that's it. It's so cool. I just love it. It's like you're in the middle of the woods or something, and you just stop, and, like, there's literally no sounds. Like, you can't hear anything. You can't hear, like, the traffic and stuff. Maybe when they're, like, building a house in the intercoastal, you hear, like the hammer, you know. But in general, like, you really don't hear anything, so it's really cool. Um, so we did that. That's about all we did today. I've been like slowly like figuring out what I want to do to my house. Like what do I want to do versus what I can realistically do because of financial considerations. You know, I want to do all kinds of stuff, but like what are my priorities? Like what do I want to do this spring and stuff? So I'm trying to figure that out. I'll talk to you guys about that more in another video as I plan more to that. My semester starts January 12th, so I have 11 days. I've prepped zero for the semester so far. I literally have done nothing. That's okay because I've taught all the courses I'm teaching this semester already. Like I've taught them in the past like year, which means I don't have to start from scratch. It's starting from scratch. It takes me one course takes me about a week and a half to do. It takes me and that's like a week and a half of like 60 hour week. So probably like a 90 hours total to build a course from scratch. And that's like usually me having a lot of the videos already done. I can pull them from like what I've done already, but it's a beast. It's a lot of work. But I've taught these courses, which usually means I just have to go through the courses. I got to go through the syllabus. I got to make sure that I like the assignments still that I taught before. How do I want to change them? Are there any lessons I need to redo? Are there any videos I need to redo? So if there are, you're going to see a couple videos from my courses getting redone. Things like that, but I don't have to start from scratch. So it's let's just put it this way. Let's say it takes 90 hours to create a course, maybe 90 to 100. It takes me like 10 hours to edit it, maybe 15, depending on how much work there is. It's not a lot. Maybe it's more like 15, 20 hours to edit, but it's really not like the same thing. So I can relax a little bit. My semester starts in 12 days. My plan for the semester, for the beginning of the semester. So first of all, I got to get this esports proposal out. So I'm just going to start work Monday. So I've taken off. I took off like from mid-December, like December, even earlier, like December 10th till now, which is, I totally need, I'm literally laying around the house doing nothing, and it's freaking awesome because I never do that for my whole life. And I had to do it like mentally to get like motivated to figure out what I want to do. So I've been in like this state of like, what do I want to do professionally, like for a couple of months, like this whole semester, just trying to figure it out. So I got to get this. So starting Monday, I got to get this proposal done, and then I got to prep my classes. And I should be able to do all that this week, and then I'll have like half of next week just off. Like not off, but like, because I'm going to have meetings and everything's going to start up. But like, I'm not going to be like, oh no, I got to get this done. Like last year at this time, I was teaching new classes, and I was like pulling out my hair, like, how am I going to do all this? So I don't have to do that, which is awesome. My kids are off until the 10th. Which is just absolutely crazy. So that's good because, you know, the whole like Omicron spread is going to take place like right after New Year's, and my kids are going to be home, not in school next week. So that's actually a good thing. But I feel like I just feel like we're all getting the new variant, so it doesn't matter. Like I might as well have just gone. I didn't really want to get it at my parents over Christmas, but I just feel like we're all getting it. So It doesn't matter, but I don't know. That's just crazy to think about. But yeah, so they're off for another 10 days. My middle child now wants to go kayaking, so I have to take him either tomorrow or like another day. But I am off next week. I just have to prep and everything. I'll be working full time. I have tons of good videos coming up that I want to do. Like I have so many ideas. I've just been like printing this list on my phone for the last like 4 weeks of like all these new videos I'm going to create. So you're going to see like a bunch of stuff coming like pretty quick. Like starting this week, like I'll probably have a couple done this week that I'll do. And some of them are like fun. I got some like cool ideas, like fun. I want to have like some fun with some videos. Like I know I do a lot of like tutorials and stuff like that, but I want to do like some fun stuff. So I've got some. I really like the fun videos I've done, like my alien ones and my karate ones. Like the fun videos are the ones I like enjoyed the most. So I want to do some more of those. I need to pick up my interviews again. I only did one last semester, but that's okay. I am actually creating a documentary on collegiate esports this semester, which I'm excited about. I shouldn't say I'm creating it. I am working with a team to create it. It was my idea, but I'm working with a team to create this documentary, and we're gonna like create a 30-minute documentary that we're gonna submit to like some film festivals and stuff. It's really cool. The team creating it is so professional and awesome. I'm so thankful I have them to even work with. But basically, I came up with the idea, and then they like help me flesh it out, and they do the footage and the editing, and they know how to put together a show. So I'm super excited to work with them, and that's what's going on in my life right now. That's it. I'm in my new house. I'm really enjoying it. We love our new neighborhood. Everything's good. Um, you know, I was really nervous to get that booster shot, man. Did not like that at all. I was sick for a couple days with a fever and just I do not like those. I swear I'm not getting another one of those RNA shots. That was at 3 was enough for me. Yeah, that was nerve wracking. Whether I was going away, whether I was coming, going, staying, what are we going to do? What are we doing with the kids? All that stuff was kind of crazy and frustrating to think about. But yeah, that's all the stuff going on with me. I mean, maybe I'm just like a big mess. I'm pretty organized. I kind of have a plan for things. I'm excited for the semester. I'm excited to work with my students, which is good. Wish I was paid more at my job, but like I like it. So that's all good for the most part. I can like kind of afford life. Not really, but I have to work other like multiple jobs to do that, but that's okay, I guess. I don't know. I mean, everything's good. My plan for this year, if I had like a resolution for this year and every year of my life, it's just really to be healthy and for everyone around me to be healthy and happy. That's it. Those are my resolutions. My wife asked me, oh yeah, this is kind of funny. So my wife yesterday, she goes, well, what's your New Year's resolution? And I had just been listening to Dire Straits on the like I have like my wife got me a speaker and I listen to like my phone like Spotify when I do like art or I was playing guitar or like when I lift. I'm always listening to something. I was listening to Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. And so she asked me, she said, what's your New Year's resolution? I said, money for nothing and chicks for free. And she didn't like that. She goes, what do you mean chicks for free? And my first thought was, well, would you rather am I supposed to be paying for them? What does that mean? It was just an expression from the song. It really had no bearing on anything. I just said the song, but she didn't really like that. But it was a joke, and I had just literally been listening to the song Money for Nothing. And so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, as I said, like I say things and people don't always think they're funny. Yeah, that's kind of what I was referring to. She didn't think that was a funny joke. Even though she clearly knew it was the song, and she knew I was just listening to it. She literally knew I was just listening to the song. So she wasn't really upset. She just didn't think it was like the appropriate time to be funny. That's where like I'm bad. Like there's appropriate times to be funny and appropriate times not to be. And then like I just am trying to be funny at all the times. And yeah, doesn't work out. I'm still learning. I'm 42. I'm gonna be 43 in like 14, like the 14th. So like I gotta kind of. I'll learn eventually. One of these days I'm gonna learn. All right. that's it all. Have a happy new year. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Hope y'all had a good New Year, good New Year's Eve. I was in bed at 10 last night. My wife and kid, two of them stayed up. I was in bed at 10. I had a glass of champagne at like 8, and I was out, man. Can't do that anymore. Nah, I'm not fun anymore. I could be. If there was like a party to go to and like non-COVID, I would have been fun. But I was not fun because there was really nothing to do. Everyone I knew had like canceled their plans, so that we weren't doing anything. So if I'm just sitting at home, I'm gonna get tired and go to bed at like 10. Um, so yeah, I mean, I can't like I have a glass of champagne and I'm like done. If I had like 3 glasses of champagne, I'd be like pretty drunk probably. I can't do that anymore. I can't like I'm just not young enough to do that. I won't be able to recover today. I don't know how she stayed up till like midnight. Um, but yeah, totally. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone has a good year. You know, my plan, as I said, my resolution is happy, healthy, and for everyone around me to also be happy and healthy. That's it. What more can you ask for, right? I mean, that's all we all need. Um, I'm gonna try to do a lot of things this year. I want to create a bunch of videos. I really want to put together more organized, like instructional design stuff for people, all free stuff, and definitely what a long strange trip it's been. Yes. Grateful Dead is my band. It's what I play on my guitar. It's what I listen to like 70% of the time. All Grateful Dead. So when I run or when I lift, unless I'm just listening to like the 80s or 90s station, or like I have a Spotify playlist called Good Music, which is like Pink Floyd, Doors, and stuff. But yeah, lots of Grateful Dead. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what's been going on with me. It's all the stuff I've been up to. I haven't been up to much. I've been really trying to take a break to figure out where I want to devote my time this semester. What projects do I want to work on? What do I want to do? And it's been fun. And I just moved. I'm like doing stuff to my like new house, like figuring out what I got to do. So, all right, y'all, I've been talking enough. I'm talking too much, so I gotta go. So, all right, y'all have a good weekend, good week, all that good stuff, and I will be back on very shortly. Y'all will see me creating. Oh yeah, Blues for Allah, easily my favorite. Someone just commented, and I gotta respond to this because Blues for Allah is my favorite Grateful Dead album. In fact, right over on my bookshelf, which I'm not gonna walk to, I've got the record and I've got the DVD for Blues for Allah. Not DVD, CD. For Blues for Allah. Definitely my favorite. That album, me and my friends used to like just drive around for hours. I have like these flashbacks of like driving around for hours and hours, or just like hanging out and just listening to that album on repeat over and over and over again. It's definitely my favorite album of theirs. We listened to a lot of their shows and stuff, so it wasn't always albums, but that's probably my favorite album of theirs because I don't think there's a song on it that I couldn't just listen to on repeat over and over. That's easily my favorite one, but it's the one that I have it's the only one I have a record and CD to. I have American Beauty CD, and those are the only ones I even have anymore. I don't have. I mean, who has CDs anymore? Those are the ones I have for display. But yeah, Blues for Allah. I do have the record of that one. I don't even have a record player, but I just wanted the record of Blues for. I like the graphic on the front. I like the artwork a lot too, but it's easily my favorite album. So, all right, y'all, have a good one.